All right, good evening, everybody. At this time, I will open up the public hearing for our smart schools. And at this time, I'll turn it over to Assistant Superintendent Arquette.
Yep. Thank you, Mr. Talbot. So this is the public forum for our Smart Schools investment plan. I've just outlined the expenditures that we reviewed last board meeting. We received a $1.7 million allocation from New York State. We want to use about $1.5 million in this initial application. The remaining $200,000 we will hold off on until the end of this implementation cycle, and then we can apply in about 3 or 4 years. So as you can see, this is just a summary of our planned expenditures over a few year period of time. Once again, this is a reimbursement program, and so we have to kind of go slow and steady. Mr. Giaquinto has to front the money, and then we'll get reimbursed from the state. And there is a McKeel set-aside. We have to set aside a certain number of funds for our private schools in our district. At this time, I'll open up to any questions or comment from the public.
So, Mr. Arquette, help me remember how when we set aside money in the grants for McKeel, do they prepare something for us, or do you go work with them and help them to prepare?
Yeah, so I've met with McKeel on a couple different occasions. They've already provided us with their tech needs that we think that they'll fall under the grant. It's pretty similar to what we have, touchscreens, projectors, all kind of plug-and-play technology that should fit nicely in the grant. So I'm working directly with McKeel on getting their purchases in as well.
Great, super, thank you.
So when you say live streaming, is that what platform we're looking at, like YouTube, or what kind of platform we're looking at for live streaming?
I don't know what the actual platform would be. This is more the hardware that would allow us to live stream. We can purchase software with Smart Schools, so we'd have to find some outlet, probably YouTube, right, or Google Meet. We basically thought of like what we do for our board meetings, but open it up to like moving up ceremony for grade 8, right, or other ceremonies at the high school. If there are musicals where there isn't a copyright issue, live streaming those events for folks who can't make it.
Okay. Another question. There you go. The Prime Robotics Kit, would that, I'm thinking long term here, would that help, start where we might go into competitions later on in the future with robotics?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've had conversations with other board members about trying to increase our robotics exposure here at Scotia. So we hope that this will kind of seed that interest in students and something hopefully we could continue into the secondary. We'd love to get a robotics team together to compete at regional competitions. And I think it could be a great place to start at the elementary level.
Okay. And where did esports fall again? Did we talk about that?
Yeah. So that is the next generation computer labs that we'd like to retrofit the high school and middle school and put gaming capable devices in those labs so that they can be used during the school day for coding, computer programming, that sort of thing. But then after school, we could explore potential esports teams.
Okay. And hopefully in the future, probably compete in esports.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that would be part of it. We'd want to try to join regional competitions. There are lots of local teams in the area, so I think we could easily find the competition.
All right. Thank you.
Can you remind me from the presentation, I know there was a reason, but I don't remember, that the allocation was almost 1.7. What did you and your team decide? Why did you decide to only go 1.5?
So we overestimated costs for each of these items, and this was basically, it met everyone's needs. There was nothing that we said no to based on the committee work, and so once we got back all of our quotes, it came in at about 1.5 million. Rather than try to find a way to spend that money, we feel like we really met our needs through this initial application, and then in 3 years we can see what is the next big thing in terms of technology in schools, and then can reapply because the money doesn't go away.
And for the live streaming equipment, is that for both auditoriums?
Yes.
Okay.
Middle school and high school, correct.
Great, thanks.
Yeah. Anything else? Great. Thank you.
So exciting. Thank you.
All right, if there's no other questions at this time, we'll close our public hearing.